And then a couple of jungle pans coming out. JP Vince and Double Excel will not have access to Graves or Evelyn. That Evelyn was a nasty piece of work yesterday, so I don't mind seeing her go away.
Yeah. Nautilus picked off here from the side of Smug Club to be answered with the Morgana from Kisses for Cats. A fair number of support bans going out here at the beginning of the first round of bans, so we'll see how
Morgana's a jungler.
Yeah, occasionally. More often than not, actually, these days.
And a Kale ban coming out. So it is worth noting that right now, picks and bans, we're going to see a little bit of a shifting around. Not everyone is currently picking an exact lane order, but Rek'Sai is an early jungle grab. Love it when Rek'Sai comes out in the jungle. Such a powerful early force.
Ooh, Yuumi left open. And quickly picked, for that matter.
I think Angeloid's going to have a fun time there. We're seeing a Teemo float. I'm hoping that's just trolling.
Do it. Do it and be brave. Nope, there's the Draven swap.
Coward.
Trains.
So, Yuumi Draven, that's a very aggressive lane. You're going to keep that Draven topped up, brawling, ready to engage. I'm expecting to see a lot of action in bottom lane.
Yeah,
you
I like the
Draven
answer.
Without that.
I like the answer in the Nami here. Kind of helps to curb that enthusiastic engage.
Cassiopeia is picked up for Meowing Cats. Cassie is a powerful mid laner, so I'm expecting to see a lot of roaming, and an Ahri as well. Both very mobile champs. So we move into the banning phase 2.
Yeah, and I honestly wouldn't be super surprised if I saw that Cassiopeia down bot lane. Sharon Feng has been known to bring or to play that down there, so could be a possibility. As Vayne and Kayn picked off here in the ban phase.
JP
ban
Vance
phase 2.
JP Vance, I recall playing Kayn in the past. There's going to be a lot of focus on the jungle at this point because we're only waiting on top laners and junglers. And Aphelios finally gets banned in a game.
Yeah, way too long for my taste. The Yi ban, I think, is kind of curious here, especially with a fair bit of CC in the hands of Kisses for Cats already. Ooh, that's
these are a lot of aggressive junglers they're targeting. Really going after JP Vance's aggression coming out of the jungle, playing these snowbally champs. They don't want any of that. And a Trundle picked up. Ooh.
And it will be top lane Trundle this time, not the jungle Trundle we've been seeing.
This isn't the first top lane Trundle we have seen recently, so I'm happy to continue to see him running around. And against an Ornn, that doesn't seem like a terrible lane for Trundle.
Ooh, a Pike picked up. Now that could be quite effective here. Though where it's going to go is a better question.
This could be a Hmm.
Could be mid-pike.
Oh, and a
believe-
Zack in the jungle.
Oof. I really like the team comp on Smug Club here.
This seems like a pretty strong team. They have a lot of what you're looking for. Dive potential, some really good front line, and a lot of power and damage coming out of Draven and Ahri. So, Smug Club definitely has a strong lineup, but Kisses for Cats is coming out with some spice.
Spice, indeed. I think that's probably going to be a mid-pike. The best pike in the world, the #1 ranked pike, or at least in A, says that pike is much more of a mid laner than a support. So we'll have to see if that's the case here.
And that seems to be what we're looking at. The names on champions are going to be a little off. That's actually Meowing Cat with Pike, not. So yeah, that's going to be a mid lane Pike.
Okay. The extra gold on your execute makes things pretty solid. It's like always getting shutdown gold on a kill. So there's very real possibility with that, which means that is going to be Cassiopeia in the bottom lane, which, like I was hinting at earlier, is something that Sharon Fig is not opposed to in the least.
And Rek'Sai jungle, Trundle in the top, Nami in support. This is going to be a pretty aggressive team overall. That's a bottom lane that I don't want to deal with.
Yeah, it looks like our graphic has been updated. Big shout out to our background staff, Mutant Encounter, the wizard on the computer here, making things happen to keep the stream looking as hot and fresh as possible. Making the graphic all nice and tidy with all everybody on their correct roles. Yeah, this is a unique draft here on both sides. I like Smug Club's draft, Ornn and Zack representing a very beefy front line, and the Star Center Draven with the Yuumi kind of protecting him and beefing him up really does pose some very high damage potential. Impostor on the Ahri represents a fair bit of, just solid burst damage. I like this comp.
Absolutely.
But
Kisses for Cats looks like something that would happen when I try to solo queue.
That's the other thing. Is like the Kisses for Cats draft here is so entertaining that I hope it does well.
I have a hard time making a prediction on this one, but I think just because of the unusual way they're approaching it, I think they have some confidence here. I think Kisses for Cats knows something we don't. I think I'm going to say Kisses for Cats will take this game down.
Yeah, I'm normally one to vote for the safe and more predictable outcome, but I really enjoy the thought of having multiple supports on a single team, so I kind of like Kisses for Cats here.
I mean, if we were smart, which people should realize we're not, we would probably say Smug Club. Smug Club seems like where the smart money should go, but, we're gonna say Kisses for Cats.
Yeah, well, once again, this is League of Legends, and that means that it is up for our players to decide the outcome. And as we load into the Rift, we will have to see how they make it all happen. As it looks to be a call for an invade from Smug Club here. Singing to my own heart, making me quite happy. Please, by all means, hit it with that invade, as Double XL is going to be super far forward here. He's going to walk right into them. That's a lot of CC. That's a very dead Rek'Sai.
That is an unfortunate first blood. That is 400 gold in the pocket of JP Vince.
Yeah, that's a much better start for the jungle Zac, which only means that his presence in lanes is going to be that much, absolutely, like, everywhere.
So he gets to start with both jungle items now, which, on a Zac, that's going to increase his clear speed a lot.
Yeah, and Zac's already a pretty prolific ganker as far as junglers go. Using the elastic slingshot, he can just get in there a lot easier than some other junglers. So that could be a massive problem.
Well, hopefully Double XL won't let that get into his head too much. Clearing out red buff and moving on. It looks like Kevin 7600 is staying back pretty far, but okay, now he's getting in there. You don't want to get behind on gold and XP. And Trundle is a laner with a lot of sustain.
Yeah, unfortunately so. Looking down here bot lane, Angelite is doing something that I'm not a big fan of most Yuumi players. Now she's kind of stepping off of the carry, but that's a massive bubble from Sessica, as Sharon Faye's going to look to engage on this, but the exhaust goes down. Sharon Faye goes down with a flash of the flash in response for a flash. So if you're going to pick up that kill, and my critique of Angeloid is quickly thrown out of the window as the kills are picked up, or the kill is picked up onto the ADC.
That was
meanwhile mid lane. We have a nice gank coming in. Meowing Cat landing the stun and picking up the kill onto the imposter. So trading kills across the map here.
Rek'Sai is a great early game ganker, so seeing this come in with the Pyke support, that just makes sense.
JP Vince maybe looking for some harass here, as he's going to wait for Double XL to step in here, but Meowing Cat has sussed it out as well, and is in the background. The hook goes out into the stun, has to flash out of it in order to get away. Rather unfortunate. He almost manages to pick up that solo kill there, but Meowing Cat had an idea that he was there and responded correctly to make sure that the counter jungle kill couldn't follow through.
They had a ward right over that rift, so they had a pretty good idea of where he was that entire time. He got pinged out. That ward since expired.
Pinged out. Train's here in a bad position as Double XL is there, fails the flash, and that's going to be a very dead goat. No offense to you there, Jeff.
I hate it. I hate everything. This is terrible. And trust me, it's hard for me to not pick any team that plays Ornn. So, seeing Ornn fall, that hurts. But this has been a very active, very aggressive early game. I have to think, we're probably going to see Meowing Cat start roaming before much longer. You don't pick Pyke in mid and not go visit some other lanes. But he's going to have to get a hold of lane priority again.
Yeah, and Ahri's clear, or lane presence is pretty, solid, and so there's a very real chance that he may not be able to push this as aggressively as he wants.
Looks like a failed gank on top by JP Vince, but he did manage to get Kevin's flash. And you're seeing a slight CS disparagement happening on bottom lane, but I don't know that Cassiopeia wins this lane, more just survives it and then becomes a late game terror.
I think that's the hope here. Post 6, getting or chanting CC onto this Draven might become super relevant. You can often predict where Draven's going to be facing based off of whether or not he's chasing his axes. So landing the castle should be fairly easy.
Smug Club has no interest in letting an early dragon slip away. They have warded up the bottom part of that map.
Yeah, definitely. 2 pink wards invested into that to make sure that they have great vision control here.
And in the early game, there is a lot of power on that bottom side of the map for Smug Club, so I would think that's where they want to have these dragon fights, and they want to secure some early dragons.
Ooh, gank coming in mid as Meowing Cat's gonna eat a lot of damage here. Is the dot enough? I think the Pike's healing will just get him through the dot damage, but Double XL is here also popping the Zac passive. Meowing Cat looking to re-engage here as the Aura Charm lands. Hook goes down, and the Execute is just shy of actually getting the kill, but the Imposter should die here due to the... No, won't die due to the dot, and managed to get out just by the skin of his teeth. But Meowing Cat isn't quite done yet. So is Double XL, but he's eating a lot of damage, and Trains is going to pick up the kill. No, the Imposter is going to pick up the kill here, as that was an incredibly back and forth fight. Ooh, the hook just misses from Meowing Cat, keeping the Imposter alive, but Yuumi is here now. Wards go down, and Meowing Cat's just going to run back the lane and try to get some minion kills before probably backing off.
Yuumi has a big heal.
Yeah, it's definitely substantial.
So we saw a 2-for-1 trade. That seems pretty worth. And at the time, Double XL was clearing out the dragon pit, so they at least halted a dragon. And it looks like Smug Club is getting ready for their dragon play now.
Ooh, that was almost bad for that Yuumi. But JP Vince is here down bot lane. The lane's a little bit too far back for him to be super effective, but he's going to step forward. There's no vision. The leap goes in. Elastic Slingshot gets the job done. Sharon Fang just barely going to, or not even just barely, going to die super aggressively. The kill will be picked up by the Zac. The Draven ult doesn't quite do as much damage as he would hope just yet, but it doesn't seem to matter as the kill is picked up either way.
Yeah, that's a pretty clear time to hop in there and take care of that dragon. Or maybe they're just gonna...
I don't know. But taking a peek up top lane, Kevin is proxy farming.
Kevin is very far ahead in this lane. If you notice, that CS difference is massive. Plus, he has a level lead. Trains has not been able to keep up with this troll.
Yeah, Elastic Slingshot is coming out, but Double XL gets an incredibly well-timed knockup, stopping the Slingshot mid-leap as Meowing Cats roams up here, also lands the stun into the Execute, but the Execute's just shy. Double XL will get the kill, and that is 2 more kills picked up for Team Kisses for Cats here. Their non-traditional comp seems to be paying off as the hard engage goes in. Train's in a bad place here. Meowing Cat looking to duke it out. The kill will go through with Double XL picking up another kill on this Rek'Sai.
Frankly, that was some disrespect Kevin was showing Trains. Just wrecking that tower, completely ignoring the GOAT. Until finally his team showed up. He didn't seem to worry that Trains was there at all.
It looks like we might be having some action down here bot lane in just a second, as JP Vents is looking for another engage here. Very well positioned leap into the Yuumi ult guarantees that those kills will be picked up, and that was probably the easiest gank I think I have ever seen.
There's definitely a large focus on getting this bottom lane fed and running, and just abusing the Cassiopeia.
Yeah, getting Draven ahead and keeping Cass behind is a incredibly valid strategy, so we'll have to see how they manage to make that happen here. Striken has kind of a soft reset. They're going to continue on to it, and they should be able to take this pretty well uncontested. Yep, they Dragon secured. And they might be roaming up here to try to stall Meowing Cat some.
Looks like Trains might have backed off his lane a little bit. It is definitely not safe to be farming up there anymore.
Yeah, that's kind of a scary position to be in.
JP Vance waiting and setting up a trap.
Yeah, so I say, speaking of scary positions to be in, there's the knock-up on a Sharon Fang. Lots of damage going in, but the Imposter is here. Ariel goes down, so does the Cassiopeia ult, but it's not quite enough. The kill will be secured, and the Imposter will walk away with his life and a kill under his belt.
But they're probably going to lose several plates on mid-tower, if not all of mid-tower, in response.
Yeah, Shelly gets the charge off, and this represents a pretty solid advantage here, as mid-tower will fall. But JP Vent's looking for the hard engage here, goes for it. Ornal gets cast, looks for the second casting, does get it. JP Vent's going super low here. Will pop the passive, but Double XL is in the back line, still alive, but not for long. He will eventually fall as the Imposter tries to skirt his way out. Lands the charm into the Yuumi ult. As kills start to get traded, Meowing Cat gets the Execute, looks to land the stun here onto the Trains to get out. And that was a lot of kills traded back and forth with no clear winner other than the fact that the tower has fallen.
Definitely give that fight to Kissing for Cats, because winning the tower, trading 2 for 2, that's definitely in their favor. They have solidly pushed back Smug Club's line. Smug Club is giving them a very strong fight for it, but we're seeing a 4K gold deficit develop already.
Yeah, at the 14-minute mark, that's not where you want to be. Things are looking very unfortunate for Smug Club. I'll have to see if they can claw their way back into this. I definitely think they do that by working through the bot lane, though.
They're going to depend on this Lala for Draven to win their game. He has to be the one to carry them. But you were never expecting Ornn to be your carry anyway, so they have a lot of focus on him. This has definitely been a game of strong jungling, though. We have both junglers carrying large kill percentages.
a fight up here in the red side top jungle as Meowing Cat starts to position himself. Looks like they're going to have to settle for just the red buff as JP Vince is going to eventually fall here. Oh, Meowing Cat going in pretty deep here, wants to fight the imposter, but the tower is still there. Charm goes down, has to invisible his way out of here.
Lawfer manages to win the bottom lane while all that is going on, though. So they're trading 2 for 1 and losing the bottom tower.
Yeah, that could be a start for Smug Club to work their way back into this game, but I think it's going to be a very uphill battle.
Because for Cats has every plan to keep pushing on turrets, so they now have another Shelly.
Yeah, and that represents a lot of map pressure as you were able to drop that to hard shove the lane.
And if you look at where all the gold is falling on Kisses for Cats, their bottom lane is several thousand gold behind. Almost the exact opposite for Smug Club. Lawfer is their richest player, clearing 7,000 gold. And you would rather have a Fed Draven than a Fed Trundle any day of the week.
Very true. This game is far from over.
So the gold difference is definitely not the only story here.
Oh, Hook going down. That Yuumi is quickly going to fall. Sessica dropping an incredibly good ult here as Meowing Cat is the only remaining member of Smug Club left in this fight and is quickly going to fall, and that should be a dragon. Or not Smug Club, but Kisses for Cats. That was a very clean fight from Smug Club, picking up lots of kills for themselves and this dragon, which should be the second dragon in the game. Trains is going to have to, run away from Kevin here, which is mildly unfortunate. Ooh, just happens to miss the blast cone. That will be a dead Trains. But, all in all, very well worth the trade. Keeping that Trundle away from the fight means that they get the dragon and several kills. I can dig it.
That was definitely a sign of they have to get on Lawfer. He's the one they need to take out, but Kevin is showing just how talented he is. Being able to cancel that Zac jump, that shows he knows his champion.
Ooh, Charm goes on to him, though. He's going to get a little bit of damage here, but I don't think he's super afraid. That Ahri is not very capable of taking him down at the moment.
Also, that Ravenous Hydra is going to top his health back up pretty quickly.
They're going to get a little bit deep here. Spotted out on the wards. Or, no, placing some wards of their own.
It might be just about time to keep Kevin on bottom lane and start putting pressure down there, because there's not a lot else for him to do on top lane.
Yeah, that seems like a very solid strategy in my opinion. Of note, Meowing Cat seems to be targeting Angeloid whenever he gets a chance. Hooking the Yuumi is pretty painful because the CC interrupts his leap, but Meowing Cat might be out of position here on the Draven. Stun just so happens to miss, and the Redemption will kill Lawfer back up, who was most certainly winning that fight. JP Vince is down here, maybe looking to leap on and engage. Train's also joining the fray, but no fight's broken out just yet. Lawfer is going to just keep this dying tower alive on a sliver of health.
That's their only outer tower left. They don't want to lose it, but I can't imagine they're going to be able to keep that tower alive for a whole lot longer.
This is a desperation Shelly right here, which is a little bit, unfortunate. You held onto it a little bit long, and you didn't have a chance to put it anywhere useful. So you just kind of drop it on the off chance it does something, but it doesn't manage to accomplish anything other than maybe tie them up for another 5 seconds. But there is a lot of Team Kisses for Cats up here on this Baron pit, and not a lot in response.
Keeping this Draven down bottom, Lawler needs to be with the team where he can do the most good. He's just getting caught up by a Trundle that can teleport away whenever he wants.
Yeah, Draven's going to pop his ult here, hoping to get some extra damage in, maybe scare them off of the Baron, which it looks like will happen. Yuumi ult's blown, not super effective at the moment. Vision's going to be cleared off of Baron pit, as it looks to be a forced reset here.
Cats got pretty low. They didn't want to have that team fight there. They were hoping to sneak that Baron, and it just didn't work. They're still holding on to their 4K gold lead. They're still getting pressure down on the towers, but they're not really advancing their position a lot in the past 5 minutes. And the longer this game goes, the more dangerous Smug Club will be. They have an Ornn who's about to start upgrading his team's items. They're just going to fall behind. So Kisses for Cats needs to hurry up and get this game over with soon if they're going to do it.
Yeah, Smug Club has a very real potential to claw the way back into this game, which they've seemed to be doing pretty effectively over the past 4 minutes. We'll see if they can continue that trend, or if Kisses for Cats will finally get up the gumption to push their advantage. Probably over this dragon fight right here.
And this is a pretty important dragon fight. You do not want to let Smug Club get a hold of a Mountain Soul. They finish this dragon, and there's only one thing left before they have shields going for the rest of the match. Meowing Cat is going to have a lot harder time punching through on that Draven if he has a big old
JP Vince
shield.
going in deep. That's an ult used by Yuumi as well, as lots of healing goes down. Meowing Cat getting the execute onto the Yuumi, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Sessica going to get picked off as well. The imposter still alive here, not dying to the dot. Kevin here just wailing on the base instead of being with his team means that they lost that fight. Ooh, Meowing Cat picking up another kill, skirting around the outskirts there. And
So,
Kevin's still...
That became a 2-for-2 where they took the inhibitor. They are able to come back and clean up this dragon, but I feel like Kisses for Cats just are not prioritizing their targets enough. Lawler is just walking out.
Yeah, they seem very disjointed and uncoordinated. And if this Draven's allowed to just free farm damage on enemy champs, then this could get very out of hand very soon.
Well, if they keep taking inhibitors, it's not going to be that long of a game. They are definitely pushing where they need to, and that is very important. But they need to keep that up. They need to keep this pressure coming. They were able to stop a dragon with their pressure. They were able to take an inhibitor while Smug Club wasn't paying attention. So those are the plays they need.
Ooh. Pike's hook goes down on a JP Vance, getting a little bit of damage there, but he's going to have to just kind of skirt his way away.
Unfortunately, damage just doesn't tend to stick to Zac that long.
which I find curious, is it looks like most things would stick to Zach.
Oh no, it just goes straight through him. He's not very sticky. He's just, you could. Never mind. We're not going to go into that.
That's a conversation for a whole nother different demographic, as Kevin is just kind of given free farm of the enemy base right here. He's going to take this tower. While this fight breaks out, several ults are popped, but I don't know if it's going to be enough, as the Imposter is eating a ton of damage here. Angeloid just doing his best to try to stay alive. JP Vince going to eventually fall here as things slowly work against him. This is for Cats kind of picking up the advantage there. Oh! Kevin getting the kill, though, up in top, or up by the spawn of Team Smug Club, as he's just given free reign of the base, and it looks like this will be the end of the game. Kevin doing the split push powerhouse troll here, managed to secure the macro game and lead to the victory.
That was the kind of fight. That was the kind of fight that Kisses for Cats had been needing to do for a while. They have that Kevin side pushing. They focus down Lolifer, who is the biggest threat on Smug Club, and then they just rip everyone else apart because all the damage is gone. That's exactly what Kisses for Cats wanted that entire match.
Absolutely. Looks like we will be getting Meowing Cat in here for an interview in just a second. With the Pike performance, going 5-1-6, not bad.
It's just important to note here, you had Lolifer do 15,000 damage that game, which is well over anyone else. When your Rek'Sai is your most damaging person, Double XL was the most damage to champions, probably because Kevin wasn't in most of the fights. That tells you just... I'm not sure that the Cassiopeia was the best pick. It worked out. I'm not sure it was the best pick.
It definitely seemed to lose lane to the Yuumi Draven combo. But that being said, it felt more effective in the team fights. The ult was impactful in several of them, stunning up several members at a time and allowing them to eventually start winning team fights.
That is definitely the goal there, though. That is for sure.
Yeah, no, that definitely. You're not looking. I don't think you're looking to ever win lane with Cass. You're looking more for the late game there, or at least not Cassiopeia in the ADC position.
But Meowing Cat definitely played the team role well. Well, going 5-1-6, really showing what he's capable of. So we should have him in the chat in just a second.
And it looks like we have them. Meowing Cat, you won the game.
Yeah, took a second.
It seemed kind of a hit or miss there for a while. What was going on?
Yeah, so we had this idea of just ignore Draven, Yuumi, and they won't be a problem. We kind of executed upon that. Just, hey, let's just run away from them, right? We kind of, do you know the Vietnam War?
I've heard of it.
So we were in the trees, right?
Oh, no.
And then we started screaming at them, picking off members, and then we just hit their base. We hit their munitions. We took out the supply line. Just go for the flank. Go for the materials. We had Kevin. He brought his pickaxe with him. He was mining down that base like it was Fortnite. He's got a lot of practice in that game, so you can really see how it paid off there.
Okay. Guerrilla warfare brought to the Rift. I can feel it. Why Pike mid?
I don't know. I kind of just first timed it. I looked at Lolalytics and saw that it counters Ari, so I just kind of went with it.
Okay.
Interesting.
Seems like a solid strategy and at least paid out today. So your bot lane most certainly didn't fare particularly well. Do you think that was due to the draft phase or
Yeah, we put
more
Cassio against Draven. Really, the only thing we had Cass there for is the W to stop Yuumi from reattaching. The Miasma will ground her, so she can't reattach. And so we would just pick off the Yuumi through that, and then ignore the Draven, and just deal with that problem when we have to. Which we didn't have to. Guerrilla warfare.
I hear you. Jeff, do you have anything to add?
So this definitely looked like a game where the biggest differences were Kevin dominating his lane just utterly and completely, and then Double XL being all over the map. Do you want to say this was a jungle difference, or do you want to say this was a top lane difference, or do you want to call mid diff?
It was definitely a support difference. Since we're kind of all support mains, it really helped out in the team play. Kevin actually mains Taric, so he's really good at just running up and hitting stuff. Really paying off with the Trundle as well.
That is generally what you do with Trundle.
Yeah. He just kind of played it like Taric, right? He just ulted to live. He just kind of slapped stuff, and then he just ran away a lot.
So what you're saying is, if I want to improve my Trundle game, I need to hop on Taric.
Pretty much.
Noted.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. All right, looking forward, what's the number one team you're currently afraid of?
Honestly, ourselves. We're definitely our worst enemies. We kind of int it a little bit every once in a while, but I think if we can clean it up, we definitely could be top contenders. At least top 3, easily.
Definitely looking forward to see you working your way into the playoffs. Any shout-outs you want to give before we cut to break?
I'd like to thank my mom. I'd like to thank my AD for playing an AP so we can go full AD comp. And I'd like to thank my dog for being the best boy.
I hear you. Well, on that, I think we will cut to a short break as we set up the next game. It was an absolute pleasure having you on here. And thank you for your time and the interview. And best of luck going forward into the League Series. This is Monochrome 94 with Jeff, the Magic Goat. I'll be done casting for the day, and it will be picked up by my fellow casters. And so please stay around for the last 2 games of the weekend, casted by 2 more absolutely extraordinary individuals. I'll see you guys later.
Bye.